Alright, I'm going to do another trade replay from stock that I traded on Friday. And I used stocktradingsimulator.com for this. It's a really great free tool that you can use to replay any stock you want from any date. So I had AMC on my watch list on Friday. So I punched just AMC in here, left and right, and then what I really liked about AMC on Friday is that it looked like it was breaking out of this channel here. So if you see, it has this really big resistance level here, and then it had on Thursday it had a big drop on good volume. So I was really looking for continuation here. I don't like to trade with buys, but this looked really good for a short. So I'm going to mark some levels that are good for intraday trading, and that's the previous day low and the previous day close, high of yesterday, and 2 days ago high, 2 days ago low, and then other significant levels. So you see this pivot here, and this pivot here is almost this, it's the same level. So I'm going to mark that one. That's really significant. So that would be 2082. So I would look for the stock to stay under that level for continuation. And yeah, that's about it. So then we can go to the 5-minute, and then we lose the VWAP here, so we want to add that. Done. And then you can see in the pre-market it loses the VWAP with searching volume, so that's very good, and it stays below the VWAP as well, so that makes it a really good short candidate. So the stock is gapping down. It has a great daily chart, and it's below the VWAP and a lot of the moving averages on the 5-minute before the open. And then we can just play, see what happens. So the stock opens around VWAP. Opens kind of strong, so I don't want to do anything here. I usually trade 5-minute opening range breakouts and sometimes 1-minute opening range breakouts, but to take a 1-minute, this stock usually has to be gapping down, and with this daily chart I wouldn't consider this a good candidate right now for a breakup. But if it can close below the VWAP, that it might be interesting for me to take it as a short. You can also mark the low of the pre-market, which is also around number 20. So that can act as a strong resistance level. So what's interesting here is that you have the 50 moving average on the 5-minute coming here to the 2050 level. So you have a lot of resistance over here. So I don't like that for going long. And you have the same on the 1-minute. You have the 200 moving average here. So you see it has tested and rejected it once. Didn't make it all the way up to this 2050 level. So just wait and see what happens. I don't like taking this long because you have all these levels above here. So we'll just have to wait and see. you have a few wicks here that it's indicating some strength. But if the stock can't push through here, then I don't consider that enough strength in the stock yet. So I'm not doing anything yet. And as I watch this, it has tried to push through here twice and hasn't been able to. So you see the lows are getting higher, but there is no new higher high. So that kind of makes me, if the buyers get exhausted, they're not strong enough to push this stock further. So if they get exhausted, it can be a really good short, I think. But we'll have to wait and see. So 3 minutes has passed. This is a doji, so it's not a good candlestick. It's showing some strength, but the fact that it's really struggling to make a new high makes it look like the bulls want to push it higher, but they can't. So if it closes below the VWAP, I think this would be a good short. Or if it can break through this level, it could be a good long, but yeah. We have the time of sales here as well. See now, it's going below the VWAP on good volume. See the volume coming in here? So I want to go short here, 400 shares, and the stop would be just above the VWAP, so 20 cents. So I like a 2-to-1 here already, so I want to take some off. This is, well, 3-to-1 in just seconds. So I had 400 shares with 20 cent stop. So it was $80 risk, and now it has moved 60. Oh, sorry, 40, 2-to-1. So we have a 2-to-1 move. So that's really good. Now I have 3, so I'm taking more off. So in terms of P&L here, we risked 80, and now we have 120. This is just hypothetical, but it's a really good move. You see the volume on this move is, the volume on this first drop was very nice, and then it just blew up. So this was a really nice move. Maybe shouldn't have taken off so much, but you get a 3-to-1 move here, so that's really good. If I were to take everything off now, you have like 2-to-1 in terms of risk to reward. So if you can get 2-to-1 on every trade, that would be amazing. But I'm holding some just to see what happens, as it's still early. And as we talked about, the daily is looking very good for a breakdown, so I want to keep some in case you get a bigger move. and my stop loss is now at break even. So the original stop was just above the VWAP, around 2040. But after my first partial, the stop is moved to break even. And a good way to look at pullbacks, especially if some of the moves are really good and confirming a direction of a stock, is that it can be a good place to add. So instead of being afraid of losing unrealized or something like that, you can think of it as an opportunity to get some more out of a trade that is already really good. So and as as the entry was pretty good, the stop is above VWAP also. So if it loses this level and comes up to my break even, I'm out either way. But you can test this level and give confirmation of further weakness, and then without even coming near my break even. So that's the good thing about getting a good entry. If I would have had to chase it a little bit and gotten in around 20, I would have been stopped out now, and then yeah, that would have been a bit different. So the candlestick here was big, so might look like it has some strength to it, but it's around some very interesting levels here now. If it breaks through here, I'm out. But if it now loses the VWAP and the low of the pre-market, it can be a good place to add in again. So it tested it once and rejected, and it looks like it's rejecting now. I really like to see it rejecting a level twice and wait for the candles to close. So yeah, like 10 seconds more before the close. So if this candle closes below here and then starts making a lower low, that's the confirmation I'm looking for, and I'm going to add in it. There we go. So as soon as the price went below the close of this candle, that's the confirmation I was looking for. And it might go back and stop me out, but now I got the confirmation I wanted. So I'm looking for this to at least get to this low point. I will be taking the first partial here, and that will be 50%. But it's also depending on the price action, of course. So on the 5 minute, it looks like it can claim the VWAP on the 5 minute, and this low of the pre-market. But now it's losing it again, so that's good. You had like almost 1 million shares on this drop, in the opening 550, so there's a lot of strength behind this move. And now we're dropping. Volume is coming in. That's a huge rejection. So that's good. Still holding. If you mark this level, it can be a good visual target to have. You can't put in orders in the simulator, but when trading in DAS, could be a possibility. We're getting close here. There we are. So it also makes an ABCD pattern here. You have the A to B, and then the C that is corresponding with the VWAP and the 20 level. That's really nice. And then the D here. So what I would really like to see now is this stock claiming this 9 moving average toward the 20, and just establishing a very nice downtrend. That would be really nice. The volume on this candle was very big, indicating some strength. But when you see on the 5-minute, you have lower highs and lower lows. So that's good, indicating a downtrend. So this looks really good for continuation. And on the 1-minute, you have this big volume on this white bar. And what's also interesting now is that you can't really make a lower low on the 1-minute, and you have this 1960 level that seems to be holding. So I'd really look for it to lose this level to continue down. If it can close below here, taking up some more at 1950, so kind of whole number. But if it can close below here, it would be good for continuation. But it's tested this level twice now, and it's getting bought back up, so we'll just have to wait and see. If it's holding this level, it might be just chopping around between this 2020 level and 1950 until it can choose a direction. And then if there's no good downtrend, then I don't want to be in the stock anymore. So it looks like it's struggling to make a lower low on the 5-minute, but I want to wait and see. But this is a really good trade so far. I'm very happy with this one. So it's making new 1 minute highs. So let's see if it can test this level and then drop further. That would be good. If it breaks here and makes a higher high, then it's not looking that good. And I think it's important to watch this in normal speed so you get a feeling of the price movement. So this reverse hammer is good, but I want it to close below this 9 moving average. So I talked about, I want to see it, hang on to this and just establish a very nice downtrend. As I talked about on the initial entry, it was like $80 of risk. Now, with the management here, you have 3 to 1 and still 100 shares risk-free. So the important thing now is to just take care of this realized, and the unrealized here can go to 0. That's okay, but don't lose from this realized side. So as soon as this goes to 0, I'm out no matter what, and maybe earlier if the chart is telling me to get out. And as you see, it closed above this 9, so it couldn't really hang on to it yet, but we'll see what happens and where the next 5-minute candle closes. It hasn't made a new high either, so we could be stuck in some range here. If you see on the 5-minute here now, it's starting to move higher, looking like it wants to change direction, but still early. You want to wait for the close of the candles before making a decision. I made that mistake a lot of times, not waiting for the close. No, it looks like we're stuck in range. I'm gonna speed up just for the sake of this video. I don't want to post an hour-long video, so I'm just gonna put this to 10x just to see what happens. This looks very good. Not able to make a lower low, and we're out. So, yeah, we're stepping out. So that's the AMC trade from Friday, January 14th. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any comments, just put it down below. Thank you.